morning, San Diego. It's a lovely Tuesday day in paradise. Tuesday day. I doubled up on the day. Just dropped off Luke. I miss him already. That was a lot of fun. They came in, Luke and Matilda came in the 17th, and I don't think I filmed as much as I could or should have. I've been trying to live in the moment and enjoy that, and we had a ton of fun. Late summer blast here. So back to reality, back to work. I'm gonna head up to the house, grab the laptop bag, and get to the shop. We've got a lot going on today. As I mentioned last night, there will be a end of day update with shop progress and ongoing projects and such. So, unfortunately, no shop clip today. Time did not allow. After work today, I had to race down to the airport to pick up Kenan. He's back in town. Kenan, welcome home. 5 weeks, way too long. It would have been 4, but he got COVID out in Ohio and took some time to recover. He's doing very well and is now back home and probably sleeping. So, Sterling is home. How did that happen? A lot of work on this car today. I dropped off Luke at the airport this morning. I came back home. I ended up doing like an hour and a half's worth of phone calls and emails. Headed up to the shop and took on 2 main projects today, a few smaller ones. But project number 1, easy project, the shift knob. Gone is the wooden falling off if you shift into 2nd or 4th or 6th too hard shift knob, and on is a black Napa leather M6-speed non-illuminated, because that's what this car uses, shift knob, and huge improvement. Napa leather here, Montana, Dakota, whatever down here, I don't care. It's all black, it matches, it looks fantastic. Bigger project number 1 was removing the driver's door panel. 2 reasons for this. 1, I want to reseal all the vapor barriers on this car because I want this E39 to actually be able to get wet, unlike my M5. Isn't that a novel idea? So door panel came off, nice and easy. I found out I was the first person to ever do that. None of the clips were broken. False. I broke 2 of the clips during removal and have since replaced them. But they were not broken before. The wiring route was correct. All the butyl tape was original. So door panel, vapor barrier, did the door lock actuator for fun. Primary reason though was if this window were in any position but all the way up and you close the door, rattle, 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 sounded really cheap, sounded broken. So I figured that the regulator bolts at the bottom where it goes into the door were loose. That was not the case. I snugged them up a little bit, but the clamp that holds the glass into the regulator was loose, that T25 screw. So I tightened that up, no more rattles. Door lock actuator, reseal the vapor barrier, replace the door panel clips, put it back together, cleaned all the glass on the car inside and out. Now that it's dark, I can see there's a couple areas where it's smeared or smudged. So I will do it again later with some clean towels, but for now that's good. Second larger project was removing the driver's seat and tending to the seat twist issue, which was evident on the backrest. So there's 4 cables that I repair when I remove the seat. One of them was completely untouched, which allowed me to do a factory quality repair of removing the connector on the end with some heat, cutting back the sheathing and pressing it back on. The other 3 cables had been repaired before, put together with zip ties, fuel hose. It was horrendous, so I did the best I could, which is significantly better than it was. The seat works, it's square, it's fully adjustable, so that's done. No seat twist issues on the passenger side. Pulled out another 26 cents and a piece of a straw and a piece of a cookie wrapper and just a bunch of debris and garbage underneath the seat, and replaced some broken and missing seat trims on the rails. So that is done. Door is nice and quiet, very happy with that. And obviously used this car today. So for the first time, really, it left the shop. I do have a plate on there. Drove it down to the airport, which is about 40 minutes, call it 30 some miles. Picked up Kenan, took him up to his place in La Jolla, went from La Jolla to In-N-Out Burger on Carmel Mountain Road, from there back home. So all in all, probably somewhere around 70 miles, and it didn't skip a beat. This thing drives absolutely beautifully. The engine's strong and smooth and quiet. Feels pretty powerful. It's no M5, but it wasn't supposed to be. I do wish the suspension were a little bit stiffer. I've gotten very used to the M5, so this, in comparison, you know, everything's new, OEM, genuine, torqued at ride height, torqued to spec, alignment results are in spec. And comparatively, these are the Sport Pack struts, but the car just kind of floats around a little bit in comparison. And I'm foolish to have not expected that. The M5 got completely different struts, and that's why there's so much more money. But ultimately, for what this car is going to be, a take it on the road, put miles on it, road trip car, put it on the highway and cruise, it's going to be great at that. It's a really nice, soft, quiet, smooth ride. What, 2.92, 2.82, 2.91 ratio differential, whatever the hell it is, I don't remember. Means you're at like 2,400 RPM at 80, which is super nice. The M5 is a lot lower or a lot higher than that. So we get about 34 mpgs highway cruising, okay? So if we just set cruise and then reset the calculator, it's about 30, 34. All in all, including an airport pickup, stop and go traffic, in and out line, we're at like 26. So it's getting fantastic gas mileage, driving it very easily. It still needs that transmission. That's the next big thing. But so far, so good. Tomorrow we will get the back seat cushion according to UPS. The new used bottom seat cushion is in, so we'll have the back tomorrow. Hopefully that matches and isn't too much worse condition than that, which I'm actually quite happy with. And I do think this car's been a victim of some clear coat failure. That right there is absolutely bad clear. The roof's been repainted, the hood's been repainted, the trunk's been repainted. It was a Missouri car, so maybe hail damage. And in the filming of this ending clip today, I have noticed two things. One, there's a little bit of a lip there. And two, the seam is not completely in the middle of the glass. It's a little bit towards the driver's side, which makes sense. If they would have repainted the roof, they probably took out the headliner and the sunroof, removed the seal, and either reinstalled or replaced it, and didn't get that perfect. So, not a perfect car, and it's not going to be. I don't have the time or desire or cash to make it perfect, but at what it's going to be, so far so good. No lights, no problems. We'll check codes tomorrow, and may even be able to get it smogged. So that's going to end up today. Luke made it back to Boston. Kennan's back in San Diego. They have never once been in the state of California at the same time, which is beyond weird to me. And that was supposed to happen a week ago, and then Kennan got sick, so maybe it'll just never happen. Anyways, tomorrow's Wednesday, hump day. We'll talk then. Good night.